Bristol. All right.
Yep. You got it.
It's race week in Bristol, and you can say that maybe NASCAR has lost some of its luster. Hey, the races don't sell out like they once did, but it still is the event. These are the two events of the Tri-Cities, and a guy who is there to sell out all the seats is Drew Bedard. He is the Vice President, Brand and Consumer Marketing of the Bristol Motor Speedway. And, I talked to Jerry Bonkowski last week about the changes in the schedule, but certainly I guess Bristol has got to be really excited that you're in the playoffs next year, moving the night race from August to September. My question to you here, Drew Bedard, is why did that take so long? Has it ever been explained why Bristol wasn't originally put into the, at then time, race for the chase, and now Cup playoff is the terminology? Why wasn't it that way 10 years ago?
Well, I think Steve Phelps talked about it on Dale Jr.'s show the other day that, I think with this kind of new regime at NASCAR, they're taking a harder look at what fans want. And I think when you look, but also you got to look at the success of the August race. I mean, you got to look at it and say, it's a very successful race for everybody involved. The Tri-Cities, NASCAR, TV, it was very successful at the spot it was at in that late August, late summer, right before college football starts, that kind of spot. But I think NASCAR's new approach is they're trying to listen to the fans, and the fans are saying, more short tracks and more road courses in the playoffs, and I think that's why you saw the change for 2020, which, yes, as you pointed out, we are very excited to be in the 2020 playoffs and to be a cutoff race. It's going to be electric, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
But, yeah, I think it's a bit, well, for the local fans around here, it's a bit overdue. I think there are some people in Dover or Homestead who might disagree. I mean, I think you'll certainly understand that. But anyway, we're talking to Drew Bedard, who, again, he is a track official, brand and consumer marketing vice president there. And I'll let you begin. I mean, I'm seeing the advertisements about the tickets that are going on and such. I know that there'll be, let me make this, festivities. I saw where Dale Earnhardt was going to be honored, the 40th anniversary of his first, at that time, Winston Cup race victory. Tell us what's going on with the Earnhardt tribute and some of the other things that are going on the track this weekend.
Yeah, like you said, this is the 40th anniversary of the 1979 race where Dale Earnhardt Sr. got his first ever career Cup win. So not his first career win at Bristol, his first career win overall. And he was a rookie that year and kind of came up through the pack and won the race and had some big names in the top five like Bobby Allison, Darrell Waltrip, and Richard Petty. And so we decided that would be obviously a perfect occasion to honor him this weekend. So we've got that cool yellow and blue number 2 car that we wrapped a Chevy Camaro that's been traveling around the Tri-Cities. We've got the first 10,000 people through the gates on Sunday are going to get a commemorative poster that was painted by Bill Patterson, who's a motorsports artist. He did a rendition of an archive photo that we have of Dale Sr. crossing the finish line with his arm out the window. So and then we've got a few tributes around property. We'll be doing a couple things at pre-race. So yeah, we wanted to. I mean, that's a special occasion. 40 years since the first Cup win of Dale Earnhardt Sr., who's so iconic and who's identified so much with Bristol Motor Speedway. And it's also a way for us to continue to honor the Earnhardt family. Obviously, Dale Jr. and Kelly and Carrie, and they're very important to Food City. They're very important to us, and we want to continue that tradition.
I'm talking to Drew Bedard. He is the Vice President of, Marketing and Communications, I guess it's officially Brand and Consumer Marketing and such of Bristol Motor Speedway. What's it been like? Now, first of all, how long have you been in this job? How long have you been promoting racetracks, Drew?
9 years. And before that, I was in an agency role in Charlotte, North Carolina, where actually I was an agency rep on the Sharpie 500 when it was here at Bristol. So I've been around Bristol Motor Speedway for a long time. My wife's family's from East Tennessee, and but I've been here at the track for roughly 9 years.
Okay, I know that there was a big announcement that this race extended its sponsorship agreement with a local supermarket. And I also know before naming rights, and heck, look, I mean, if I had on this sports talk show, Drew, somebody wanted to buy naming rights, we would listen. I understand that. But I also wonder if maybe over the course of time, the fact that, you know, we don't call this the Volunteer 500 anymore. You know, if the track and even the sport loses some identity. Have you ever done studies about, hey, look, you're talking about a local supermarket, that's going to be the name of the race. How does that relate to people in, I don't know, Fresno, who've never heard of the supermarket, certainly, but, you know, they could determine, oh, Volunteer 500, well, that race must be in Tennessee, and therefore it has identity. Have you ever looked at a study like that, and what you sacrifice when you do sell your naming rights?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I mean, when you look at Food City and their sponsorship of the race, which is...
He's giving them free ads, but okay, yes, I put myself into it. Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
City 500, so we want to... But when we look at it, I mean, honestly, Mark, it comes down to data, and when you look at our top 3 or 4 markets, when it comes to ticket sales and who comes to the racetrack, they are our top 2, right off the top, are Tri-Cities and Knoxville. And so, understandably so, yes, do we get people from all 50 states and multiple foreign countries? Yes. Do we? And are there people in California and Oregon and Washington, and are they coming to the race? Yes. But it's very important. Our largest contingent of fans that come to the racetrack are from right here in the region. Mm-hmm. So and Steve Smith at Food City has talked about this before, that it's very important to them that, you know, they support the community, and you see that in a lot of different endeavors, not just sponsorship of events, but when a tragedy strikes or when a community is in need of funds, they step in. So I understand your question. I mean, I can understand that. You know, you look at the Indianapolis 500 and
sure,
kind of, you know, where is that? It's in Indianapolis. I mean, we get it. It's in Indiana.
The Daytona 500 is going to be the most famous NASCAR race, and even then you say Brickyard 500. People probably recognize that, you know, and so I just always wonder what you lose. I know that, but yeah, please continue right there.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a very interesting question, and I think this sport was built on the ability to have a race and a race team sponsored, and it's different from other sports. I mean, it's different from, and now, you know, obviously the NBA, the NHL, and everybody else has got arena deals, and now you've got shirt deals, and you've got these other things. I mean, it's important for brands to align with other brands that have the same vision or mission, and I think that the reason that Food City has been such a long-time sponsor here at Bristol Motor Speedway is because not only are they like family, but I think a lot of our mission and vision line up. So, yes, you give a little bit of away by not identifying. I mean, but, you know, look at college football stadiums. If you're in California and you go, I want to go see a Tennessee football game, and you say, oh, that's at Neyland Stadium, mm-hmm. and it's not sponsored. I mean, but it starts over time to become part of the nomenclature, part of the understanding that, you know, certain things are going to get named. And I think the sponsorship model, it works for brands because it gives them the ability to market in a unique way.
See, you mentioned that, and I'm thinking like, you know, Neyland Stadium. Well, I mean, I could recognize that, oh, yes, Neyland, that's Bob Neyland. He was a great football coach. If I go to, Bryant Denny Stadium, well, obviously, I know Bear Bryant. Hey, that's who has the, you know, that sort of thing. I think Kinnick Stadium in Iowa is named after a former Heisman Trophy winner who played for the Hawkeyes. But just flipping that around, you know, old White Sox Park, Comiskey Park. Okay, Charles Comiskey, the old Roman. He was a pitcher. Then he was an owner, known to be kind of cheap and all that. But that has an identity with the White Sox. I couldn't tell you what the White Sox Stadium is now named. And I'm a big baseball guy. I honestly don't recognize the sponsorship right now. But I do remember Comiskey. Maybe that's part of my generation. I don't know. But I'm curious.
I'm a Red Sox fan, so calling it anything other than Fenway Park would be tough for me. But you know, that's and you know, I think one thing with the stadium itself that sure Charlotte Motor Speedway did a deal with Lowe's back in the day, and then now you have ISM Raceway out in Phoenix and different things like that. But you know, we've got Bristol Motor Speedway, but I think for brands, it's all all about aligning with companies with similar values and then also that have audiences that match up. And I think that that's why you see certain brands aligning with certain races.
Well, we're talking to Drew Bedard. He is he deals with communications here and marketing with Bristol Motor Speedway. Okay, $55. What is it? Here's another free ad for you. What does it get you this weekend up at Bristol?
What does it get you?
What does it get you? Because I see all these, the $55, that's what the tickets are and all this.
Sure.
So, all right, I get the $55 What does that get? Does that get me in the pole day? Does that get me in the main event? What does it get me here?
That's a Cup Day ticket, so that's our lowest price Cup Day ticket for the Food City 500 on Sunday.
Okay.
We have tickets at $35 for the Saturday doubleheader, and then for tomorrow's pole day, Bush's Beans pole day, we've got $10 tickets, and kids are free. So kids are free on Friday and Saturday, and kids 12 and under on Sunday are just $10. So the $55 ticket that you're referencing is the lowest price ticket for Sunday's Food City 500.
Now, what kind of a crowd realist? I know that they don't release the attendance, and to tell you the truth, that bugs me. But realistically, what are you hoping to draw?
Let me put it this way: we have had a very good week so far. We expect a big walk up with the weather. That the way it looks now, the forecast looks great for Sunday, and we're looking at having as good or a better crowd than last year. So that's what I can give you right now. Is that but we have had the first 3 days of this week have been really solid, and we're really excited by what we're seeing. And the weather plays a big factor in that, Marky. I mean, to be honest with you, the weather. A lot of people, again, our two biggest markets are Knoxville and Tri-Cities, and a lot of people are going to wait, and they're going to see what the weather's looking like. But then we're seeing really good ticket sales.
Well, yeah, last year when the race was run on Monday because of weather, I remember sitting around a sports bar and saying, so you think there were more fans here at this race or at the ETSU game that was played, the football game a couple of years ago? And pretty much everyone around there was like, probably that 15th out for the ETSU game, yeah. That's probably because of the weather that you speak of and such. Yeah, so I know where you're going here with this. Hey, Drew Bedard, let's also ask you, why is this more the local race and the night race is more of the all 50 states race? I mean, I remember hearing that, 70% of the crowd at BMS comes from beyond the Tri-Cities, and there were pros and cons with that. Drew, why is this more the race for the local fan?
I think it's the Sunday versus Saturday, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it's that for a local fan, it's easier to drive in and drive out on a Sunday, whereas with the Saturday night race, you have people traveling from farther away because they can fly back on Sunday and still get to their jobs on Monday. So with this local race Sunday afternoon, or with this race on Sunday afternoon, I think that's why you see a higher contingent of local people, because it's an easier drive-in. And we've got other markets right around us. So you look at Greenville, Spartanburg, Asheville, Roanoke, Chattanooga. That's where we're also. So, but it's still kind of within a concentrated region. A higher percentage of fans from a concentrated region are coming to this race, and then the Saturday night race in August is a little bit more widespread.
I want to finish this up. We always heard there was going to be a Battle of Bristol 2. How close is that to happening?
We are definitely going to play football at Bristol Motor Speedway again. It is, and Marcus and Jerry have both talked about that. How close is it? It's definitely, it is a constant topic of discussion, and Jerry and we have a team internally that works on it, and, sometimes we're really close, and sometimes we're still working on it, and we're trying to put teams together, so, but nothing to say as far as an announcement at this point, but we are working hard to bring football back to Bristol Motor Speedway.
Would the changes, I remember they had to, 3 weeks they had to change it from interior pits to a football field. We remember that. Would this be then something that maybe you would have, opening a season perhaps, if the race is going to be the third Saturday in September and not the end of August? Do you follow what I'm saying? Where we could have it where the field is there and then they redo the pits? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, that's a good question, and we've been asked that a few times. We could potentially, we were looking at it, we could do it in 2 weeks is the turnover. That's about the fastest we could do it. But it's also, if a football game comes up
I'm going to tell you what my dream is, and I'm going to let you go, Drew Bedard. My dream is that January 1st, 2025, 2026, you have a Winter Classic with the Predators and the Hurricanes there, and you break the hockey attendance record. Hey, they put it at Notre Dame Stadium. They put it at Michigan and such. You'd have better weather here, but you could still make the ice, and then you could introduce an entire new sport and possibly get momentum for a new arena to come to the Tri-Cities, which I think it desperately needs. So there, that's my...
We love that idea, and hey, man, we have in one of our mission values lines that Bristol is a place where anything is possible, and we're still holding. Yeah, I mean, heck, we'd love to do it. So let's, you and me, we'll work on that out.
I'm going to stay with you. You know that. You wanted the one sheet and all that. That's my thing right there, okay? The old hockey reporter, Marky Bilson here. I look forward to seeing you this weekend, Drew, and looking forward to the races. Tri-City Sports Now. We're going to talk hockey with Alex Doherty of A to Z Sports Nashville. The Predators, they can get one more point in 2 games, and the Jets, they're the division